get off scot-free of responsibility. Rather, it means you should have a consciousness and recognize you have a greater responsibility not to screw up. That's what it should be. And everyone else should think the same way on this, because this is the truth. And therefore, purpose comes from hierarchy, right? Why are you born in a certain class? Why are you born in a certain family? Why are you born whatever? Because that's the lesson God wants you to learn when you're growing up and you're living life on this planet. Friends you have, it's all pre-planned, okay? Predestination.
Yeah.
So therefore, where does hierarchy come in? Hierarchy comes from separation. We are separated from God the Father, just like potatoes are separated by mitosis and meiosis from one potato to two.
Wait, is that actually how it works?
So they're humans. They come together and they separate. It's biology shows it. Science, they all show they're all part of the same bigger system. And that is, either everything exists, even our imagination can create things that exist tomorrow. Like, look at inventors, artists, poets, painters, writers, creatives. We have the superpower of God to an extent, and that God gives to us to create things and make them exist. The only difference, therefore, between what's material and what's not material is time. It's not existence, it doesn't exist now. So all time exists, and that's why there are different dimensions as well with physics if you look at that kind of thing. It's just not existing right in front of your face at the existing moment. But when I talk this way, you're gaslight. No. Either I'm an evil, narcissistic gaslighter, or maybe I'm just a genius. We have the superpower of God to an extent, and that God gives to us to create things and make them exist. The only difference, therefore, between what's material and what's not material is time.
Tony, are you sure about that? I'm just not sure.
Well, you're just an idiot. I'm sorry.
Tony, I think you're a genius.
That's literally the only one of two choices. You get off scot-free of responsibility. Rather, it means you should have a consciousness and recognize you have a greater responsibility not to screw up. That's what it should be. And everyone else should think the same way on this, because this is the truth. And therefore, purpose comes from hierarchy, right? Why are you born in a certain class? Why are you born in a certain family? Why are you born whatever? Because that's the lesson God wants you to learn when you're growing up and you're living life on this planet.
Shut up!
So everything comes from separated from the one whole, and the one whole is whole because it thinks it's whole, that it has a purpose, but it cannot think if there's no will. But where does will come from? Does will exist in a vacuum? No, will comes from the infinite divine God. So everything comes from God, and everything has a purpose to serve God, not ourselves. So when anyone tells me we are all God, so why don't you do whatever you want? My answer is, okay, can I put my hand through you and punch you to shut up, and you're a hologram? Are you an illusion?